Coach of Frankston YCW senior team, the Stone Cats. Very, very successful team. Wayne Capp has been good enough to join me on Game Face. And Wayne, a bit of a test for your team. You don't lose two in a row very often. Sorry to mention the war, but does that change the way you coach? Do you feel more pressure now?
It's a little bit different, I have to be honest. We're used to being the hunted, if you like, and with the way things have transpired over the last few weeks, with a lot of fellas out and, you know, dropping a couple of games, all of a sudden the dynamics of the competition change a little bit. And, we feel a little bit like we're the hunters this week against Mount Eliza. But, look, we're training the same. We're not going away from what we're doing.
All teams have injuries, but you've also got one of your young players who is with Richmond, and Richmond are going to hang on to him because they might have some injury concerns with their senior team in the VFL team. Obviously you'd like to have him, you can tell us all about him, but it's great for your football club too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. You're talking about Brenton Credlin. BJ's been on Richmond's list for the last 2 years, and last year he played a couple of games and was with us the most all year, and he's had the one game this year, but just got off the phone to Richmond, and they're going to just hang on to him in case they need him on the weekend, which means he might not get a game this week, but he's in the mix for them anyway. It's
a great comp. You've got a first division and second division. How important is that for the MPNFL to have two divisions?
Oh, I think it's a fantastic move. It's been discussed and talked about for a few years, and finally came to fruition this year. The Division 1 is so even, and you have to bring your A game every week, and I reckon every team's got a chance of winning each week, no matter who they're playing. And going by the results in Division 2, it looks like it's similar there. I think the idea of promotion and relegation is a great one where, if you're really going well and you earn your stripes in Division 2, you come up to Division 1 and have a crack at that, and it's got to be good for the clubs to be able to do that.
A little birdie told me that you are the Robert Harvey of coaching in this neck of the woods, and that you are the nicest guy going around, but I'm sure there's an aspect of Wayne Capp that gets quite fired up when he has to.
If you had to see me Saturday night, I wasn't the nicest bloke to be around after we went down to Rosebud. I get emotional like everyone else about football, and we want to. I want to get the best out of my team, and when we're not performing, I feel like I'm getting angry. I try not to get that emotion across to the boys. I try to keep calm and level-headed.
And what do you love about this football club, and why do you think it has so much success?
It's got an amazing culture. Nothing much changes, particularly with even, right at the top, like the administration seems to be the same. You got the continuity of players coming up through the juniors. A lot of juniors play senior footy here, so that gets a good feel around and good relationship with the junior club. Everyone who comes and plays footy here sort of understands that you've got to work hard, and not just on the track, you've got to work hard off the track.
You might have lost your last two, but you did beat Sorrento at the start of the year. How important was that win?
It was. It was a big win. I've never had a build-up to a home and away game of football like that ever. It was talked about for months, and it was great. Our guys, it was real food for them over the summer, because they worked hard. They really wanted to prove something against Sorrento, and I'm sure the Sorrento boys would have been the same. And and we came out firing and had a really good day that day.
Well, good luck, Wayne.
Thank you.
A big match coming up this week, and big matches for the rest of the year, and be good to see Frankston YCW where they always are at the business end of the season. Thanks for joining us.
No, thank you very much.
Get your game face on.